Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we are going to discuss about characters list of the Crucible written by Arthur Miller. John Proctor, a local farmer who lives just outside town. Elizabeth Proctor's husband, a stern, harsh-tongued man. John hates hypocrisy. Nevertheless, he has a hidden sin, his affair with Abigail Williams, that proves his downfall. When the hysteria begins, he hesitates to expose Abigail as a fraud because he worries that his secret will be revealed and his good name ruined. Abigail Williams, Reverend Percy's niece. Abigail was once the servant for the Proctor household, but Elizabeth Proctor fired her after she discovered that Abigail was having an affair with her husband, John Proctor. Abigail is smart, wily, a good liar, and vindictive when crossed. Reverend John Hale, a young minister reputed to be an expert on witchcraft. Reverend Hale is called into Salem to examine Percy's daughter Betty. Hale is a committed Christian and a hater of witchcraft. His critical mind and intelligence save him from falling into blind fervor. His arrival sets the hysteria in motion, although he later regrets his actions and attempts to save the lives of those accused. Elizabeth Proctor, John Proctor's wife. Elizabeth fired Abigail when she discovered that her husband was having an affair with Abigail. Elizabeth is supremely virtuous, but often cold. Reverend Paris, the minister of Salem's church. Reverend Paris is a paranoid, power-hungry, yet oddly self-pitying figure. Many of the town folk, especially John Proctor, dislike him, and Paris is very concerned with building his position in the community. Rebecca Nurse, Francis Nurse's wife. Rebecca is a wise, sensible, and upright woman, held in tremendous regard by most of the Salem community. However, she falls victim to the hysteria when the Putnams accuse her of witchcraft and she refuses to confess. Francis Nurse, a wealthy, influential man in Salem. Nurse is well respected by most people in Salem, but is an enemy of Thomas Putnam and his wife, Judge Danforth, the deputy governor of Massachusetts and the presiding judge at the witch trials. Honest and scrupulous, at least in his own mind, Danforth is convinced that he is doing right in rooting out witchcraft. Giles Curry, an elderly but feisty farmer in Salem, famous for his tendency to file lawsuits. Giles' wife, Martha, is accused of witchcraft, and he himself is eventually held in contempt of court and pressed to death with large stones. Thomas Putnam, a wealthy, influential citizen of Salem. Putnam holds a grudge against Francis Nurse for preventing Putnam's brother-in-law from being elected to the office of minister. He uses the witch trials to increase his own wealth by accusing people of witchcraft and then buying up their land. Anne Putnam, Thomas Putnam's wife, Anne Putnam, has given birth to 8 children, but only Ruth Putnam survived. The other 7 died before they were a day old, and Anne is convinced that they were murdered by supernatural means. Ruth Putnam, the Putnams' only surviving child out of 8, like Betty Paris, Ruth falls into a strange stupor after Reverend Paris catches her and the other girls dancing in the woods at night. Tituba, Reverend Paris's black slave from Barbados. Tituba agrees to perform voodoo at Abigail's request. Mary Warren, the servant in John Proctor's household and a member of Abigail's group of girls. She is a timid girl, easily influenced by those around her. Betty Paris, Reverend Paris's 10-year-old daughter. Betty falls into a strange stupor after Paris catches her and the other girls dancing in the forest with Tituba. Her illness and that of Ruth Putnam fuel the first rumors of witchcraft. Martha Corey, Giles Curry's third wife. Martha's reading habits lead to her arrest and conviction for witchcraft. Ezekiel Cheever, a man from Salem who acts as clerk of the court during the witch trials. He is upright and determined to do his duty for justice. Judge Hathorne, a judge who presides along with Danforth over the witch trials. Herrick, the marshal of Salem. Mercy Lewis, the servant in Thomas Putnam's household. Mercy belongs to Abigail's group of girls. Dear students, the question of characters list of the Crucible, written by Arthur Miller, ends here. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye. Allah Hafiz.